Bonjour les amis, j'espère que vous allez super bien, que vous êtes bien réveillés ce matin. Aujourd'hui, on est samedi matin et on est là aujourd'hui pour parler d'un sujet très important, donc qui nous tient beaucoup à cœur. Donc, on va parler de l'amour de soi, l'importance de cette relation profonde et précieuse que nous devons entretenir avec nous-mêmes, que beaucoup de jeunes de notre génération négligent. Et aujourd'hui, je vais discuter de ce thème avec deux invités, deux personnes de deux univers différents. Mais la particularité de ce podcast aujourd'hui, ça va être principalement en anglais. Vous écoutez Tattauna, le podcast qui décrypte les sujets de notre société. Que vous soyez un jeune en quête d'inspiration, un auditeur curieux ou simplement quelqu'un qui souhaite mieux comprendre les défis de notre génération, vous êtes au bon endroit. Ici, on explore les sujets de notre société tels que la famille, la vie d'adulte, les enjeux sociétaux, la culture et bien plus encore. Je suis votre hôte, Audrey Rode, et bienvenue dans cet épisode. Sans plus tarder, je vais donner la parole à ces deux personnes qui vont se présenter, qui vont nous dire qui elles sont, et vous allez les découvrir ensemble avec moi. Donc, je donne la parole à Francine et Joy pour se présenter très rapidement.
Hi everyone, welcome to this episode about self-love. My name is Joy Mjalose. I'm 28 years old. As Dre has said, I'm originally from South Africa, but I live in Holland with my family and where I also work as a project manager. Today, we have also Francine, who's also a friend of mine, who we're going to talk about the subject of self-love, how we develop it in our lives and what struggles we came across too, and also like successes also. So yeah, I want to bring you guys the knowledge about self-love.
Thank you, Joy, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Jocelyn. I'm 27. I'm from Benin, but I live in Senegal. I am a content creator, so I basically create content on YouTube and on Instagram. And today I'm very excited to be here with Joy and Dre to discuss about self-love. And that's basically how we develop self-love, the difficulties around self-love, and also share with you some tips to improve your journey.
Thank you very much, girl, for your presence here. I'm very happy to receive you on my podcast on this episode. I switch in French for my listener. Les auditeurs, comme je disais tantôt, on va passer maintenant dans la conversation. Comme vous savez, Tattauna, c'est vraiment une discussion ouverte et franche. Et là, je vais donner la parole à ces deux personnes que j'ai connues dans différents domaines séparément, donc que j'ai réunis sur ce même épisode, et de leur laisser la place de nous expliquer un peu qu'elles pensent de l'amour de soi tout au long de cette discussion.
Francine,
Yes,
we have
Joy.
talked about this topic more times because it's something you need to discuss more often with people around you.
Definitely.
Because every day you change in the way you see self-love. Maybe it's good to tell the people what self-love means to us,
Yeah.
because you can have maybe a different idea what self-love is. I already know it's not, but like just for the people to know what self-love means to us. Should I start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. Self-love for me, it means prioritizing yourself in basically day-to-day life, building a relationship with yourself and understanding who you are to be able to make better relationships with other people, and not just connect because you have an interest, but also connect because you see something which is inside of you in somebody else. And also self-love is, I think, setting boundaries to know what you do like or what you don't like. Setting boundaries for yourself, but also when it comes to building relationships, also setting boundaries.
Yeah. I like your this definition you had with the at the end about boundaries is very important. Moment. I think to me, self-love means appreciating yourself, no matter where you are in life. Because some people always think that they will love themselves more when they have this or that. They don't like where they are right now in life. and they live in the future. Basically, they don't like their present self. And to me, it's about embracing your present self, and also to be very open-minded, knowing that we change. We can always improve, and the person you are today will not be the same tomorrow. So you have to be open-minded and accept who you are now, and be grateful basically for what you have now, and be excited for the future.
Yeah. I like also how you said like to embrace your present self, but also it's important if you want to embrace your present self to also know who you were in the past and also who you want to become in the future.
Yeah.
So I think self-love also has to do with a lot of digging inside yourself and doing a lot of self-work.
Yeah.
And to think about the influences you had from like where you were brought up and the type of people you attract around yourself. I think stuff like that also play a big part in embracing yourself, who you are. But you need to basically, same like you, because you say you studied, for instance, if you study, you do research before you get to know more about the subject or write about the subject. So it's also important to do like research about yourself.
Yes.
Understanding what triggers you, understanding what you like, what interests you, what motivates you, and also understanding where the motivation of those triggers or passions and other things inside of you come from. Basically understanding yourself better and knowing who you are.
Where the thing is, some people don't do the work. They don't want to do it. They don't want to dig deep in themselves to learn about themselves. They always hide around superficial stuff. They don't want to be, when you have to, when it comes to learning yourself, you have to be by yourself, for example. And many people, they don't do that work. They don't want to be alone. So it's important to be by yourself sometimes, to learn about yourself. It's easy to learn about other people when you are with them, because you share so many moments with them. So you learn about them. But when you don't spend time with you, how are you gonna learn about yourself? So that's where things get very, I think, not complicated, but it's like you have to do the effort. If you don't make the conscious effort to work on that, you will not learn who you are, what do you like, what are your boundaries, and those stuff are very important, because when you know those stuff, you know who you are, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, you're able to express them to other people.
I agree, but I think also that was a point for me where it got a bit scary during the process of developing more self-love, because you low-key have to like isolate yourself. And
Definitely.
if you isolate yourself, you're really confronting yourself also. And sometimes it can be scary.
Yes.
And confusing. And it's a different environment, because it's very confronting to see yourself from a different light, not just from, around certain settings or surroundings, and also understanding like what traumas you maybe have and why the reason some things trigger you, or why you have certain interests. Because sometimes people also, they're not aware that sometimes you do things because of triggers or traumas you have, or you do things that actually not good for you, which are toxic for you.
Yeah.
But you don't know them because you are surrounded by those things. So you don't spend time like with yourself. But it is scary sometimes to have, it's not scary, but very confronting to be by yourself and like have conversations with yourself and realize certain things about yourself as well.
Definitely. I like that you bring up the trauma subject, because it's something that you only discover when you're by yourself, because as I said, when you are surrounded by people, by noise, you don't really dig deep inside yourself to know those type of stuff. And to me, I think for me it was with experience in life. When you experience some stuff in life, you are forced basically to be isolated, because some people, they only have this opportunity, I would say, to dig deep in themselves when some stuff happen in their life. Let's say you lose somebody, you will really stop and ask yourself, what is the meaning of life? But some other stuff can happen to you, and you will really stop and be like, wow. And for me, for example, there was a point in my life where I was hearing so many deaths, and I was like, what is this life? Like, what's the point of being on this earth? And you start to question yourself, you start to question your purpose in this life.
Well,
And that's where you really start to connect everything. And if you are really patient with yourself, you will start to learn about yourself and really start your journey with self-love. To me, that's how it started. It starts somewhere with different experiences in life. And with those experiences, you learn lessons that really shape you and improve yourself every day.
yeah. Can I also add something to that, to your life?
Yes.
Because I understand, like, sometimes death or like kind of heavy situations can trigger you to think about self-love more. But I also think self-love has to do with like choosing yourself to like, that's why I said, like, for me, self-love means to prioritize yourself. Because something you did to choose yourself is also to switch in your career. Well,
Yes. Yeah.
That's also like a shape of self-love, so that people also know, like, it should not just be that or like
No.
something to
Definitely no. But I think
yourself
some people, they really have to go through dramatic stuff to
wake up.
Yeah, to wake
like,
up. Yes.
Mm,
Because they just be in the sweet bubble and
yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
change. Sometimes life throws stuff at you and you don't have any choice
Yeah.
but to wake up. And
But
for
what-
me, with my career, as you say, excuse me, with my career, I got to a point where I was like, do I choose my passion or do I stay in this job where I don't really see a future in this? I like what I do, but I'm not very passionate about it. It's not like my passion for content creation, for hair, for any other stuff. When I wake up, I think about it every single day, from morning to night. My job, I do it because I studied this thing. So, your parents, they send you to school and they expect from you to go to work and bring money,
Yeah.
So you have, if you are not open-minded and you don't choose yourself, you will be in that state of mind of thinking, oh, I owe to my parents to go to work and bring money, And for me, it's not like that. I've always been someone that I know what I want to do, and the opinion of others, I mean, I take it, but I don't. I will not always apply it. I will always do what's good for me, And what was good for me at that point was to leave my job and focus on content creation, on those projects that I have in mind, and I want to see them become reality, because I don't want to live with regrets, and it's very important for me.
Yeah. And what did trigger you, like, to have or to practice more self-love in general?
In general, to me, I think I always have a little bit of self-love, the thing that really tricked me was, I think I ended the relationship with someone, and my state of mind was not good because I was relying on that person to approve me, to compliment me, to give me this, that, those stuff that I can give myself. Not because I don't like myself, but when you grow up in a family, when your family is not really the type of family that show love directly, some
African households.
It's African household. We are not really demonstrative, So you tend to, when you grow up, you tend to search that type of love somewhere,
The confirmation.
The confirmation. You tend to want people to validate you, but nobody can validate you apart from yourself, apart from God, because people, they will always disappoint you. You can't rely on them, so you have to be able to really give that love to yourself first, and that's where my journey really started. Because, as I said, I had some love for myself, but I wasn't
in love with yourself.
Yes, I wasn't in love. Yeah. I wasn't in love with myself. My first tip would be to really search who you are, not from the opinion of others, but the Most High. To me, is the important thing to do before anything else.
Yeah.
So I was someone that when someone says something about me, I will, especially negative stuff, I will really take it to heart.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, that's your opinion.
Yeah, exactly. I have that too, but I think what comes to that also is when you know who you are better and understand yourself better, you also get more confidence in yourself.
Yes.
Not other people are telling you who you are or the way you look, but you also know who you are. You also feel beautiful. Of course, you have some insecurities, but the more you understand and know yourself better, and the more you know yourself better in God, you will see like God made us perfectly. You're here for a reason. There's no fault in you.
Yes.
So I think knowing yourself helps also to not take people's opinion too much to heart, and you can really digest like, okay, this opinion I can take, this one I won't take too serious.
Yes.
It's just what they say.
Yes. It's important because if you don't do that, everything people say, you will take it to heart and you will always be sad because you can't do nothing about it. For example, someone say you are ugly. What can you do about it? It's his opinion. But
it's your problem.
Yes.
What's your problem? Your problem, my problem.
My problem. No.
No.
For example, I want to touch on our insecurities. I used to be really insecure about my feet, because I have a big foot. I don't fit in the regular size shoes. But when I started to ask myself, okay, you don't like your feet. What can you do about it? What? You can't cut your feet. You can make them smaller. No. What you can do? Just improve how they look. I started to paint them, and I like them now. I can't change them. At least I have feet. Some people out there don't have feet. I'm grateful for them.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yes. So it's really important to be grateful for what you have.
Can I add?
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Because it says you're grateful for that. Something that really helped me to develop more self-love is speaking out more things about what I'm grateful about.
Yeah.
It can be simple things like I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm great. There was a time I was really thinking about the people I have in my life and my friends, and I realized how blessed I am to have them in my life. and how grateful I am, because they don't give me headache, they don't give me drama. They're very supportive and very loving. So also me being grateful for opportunities I've had, for the life I have right now. I'm very grateful for it. So I think also being grateful is appreciating your life you have now. So you're not too busy, like you say, we go back to what you said, like being more in the present. And also speaking out gratefulness, I think also it builds a more intimate relationship with God. And you see how loving and how much guidance God can give you. So I think gratitude is also a big role to implement in your life, but to speak it out. So not saying like, yeah, I know I have this or I have that, but also like to say it. Like,
yes, because it definitely does something, you know, when you think about it, it's not the same when you speak it out loud.
Yeah, exactly. So it comes more into action. And I think something which helped me as well, so with self-love, is being more vulnerable. So to speak more out about my feelings. Therefore, it also helped me to set boundaries, because the more I spoke about my feelings, people knew, okay, until here you can do this, and after that you are hurting me, or you're giving me stress. Or also setting boundaries helped for me to know, okay, from this point, I'm not going further. No matter what they say, I stop. Why? Because of the protection I give myself also. So I think like the tips we can give is also like, first of all, build a relationship with God, know who God is, know who God is in your life, because without God, you wouldn't even be here.
Because He created perfect people, beautiful people, beautiful human beings.
Exactly. My mom also used to say like, nobody's ugly. And when I was young, I was like, are you sure? But then later I understood. I'm like, everybody has something beautiful. It doesn't mean like it has to be completely like, wow, this person's amazing. No, but everybody has something beautiful.
Definitely. It's not about the physical person. It's really about, because when you learn to learn people, you see the beauty in them. You really don't stop on the physical.
No.
Because when you stop on the physical, you will not see the person, the real person. What does this person have in his mind? To me, that's what's important.
Yeah.
How do you think? What is in your heart?
Yeah.
And that's how I describe someone who is beautiful.
Yeah.
To me, it's not about, this person has this beautiful body. It's good. You have a beautiful body. Good for you. But if you are not someone that has respect for others, that is not kind to others, to me, you are not beautiful.
I think if you go more into watch people for like who they are, like how they act, how they interact with people, so their heart, they automatically become beautiful. Because somebody, like you say, can have a nice body, whatever, or a lot of money, but if they don't act like accordingly, or they're toxic or mean, they'll become ugly. I don't want to look at them. I don't want to talk to them. I'm like, what is this smell? This person is stinking. No, joking, but
definitely
it does influence how you look.
Yes, to me, you can be the most beautiful person on earth. The minute you start to talk stuff that is really not nice, for me, you're not beautiful. You're just disrespectful, and it's not really good.
No,
because it's like you give me a beautiful package, something very, very nicely packaged, but inside is trash. You know.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to be as beautiful as we are inside.
Yeah, it starts from inside and then it
glows.
Yeah, that's the word. It glows outside. People will see it regardless.
Yeah.
And I also think like home has also a lot of influence how you develop your self-love. Because also you should also bring to light that some people, their situation at home makes it difficult for them to develop self-love. So that's why also, like you said, sometimes it's also good to, leave the nest, to do your own thing. So to develop more self-love also.
And it starts with the family, because in some African parents, they don't really care about how you feel, Their love language is just
Practical.
paying for school, paying for food. They don't really care about how the children feel, and they don't really want to hear about it. So you learn, if you grow up in a family like that, you are really someone that don't express their feelings, and you tend to really keep everything inside, and it's not really good. I think more parents should start to teach the children about self-love, encourage them, create a space where they are free to talk about everything with their parents. Because if they don't do that, when they grow up, they will become that shy person or that. Because after you will have a hard time, you will have to unlearn those things, and it becomes really difficult. Because some people, as I said in the beginning, they don't want to do that work because it's so difficult. It takes them out of their comfort zone. So you have to say to yourself, okay, this is the education that my parents gave me, but I don't want to give that to my kids, my future kids. So I will start with myself. I will start to change the way I think, the way I see love, the way I give love to others, because if I don't do that, I will not give it to my kids or my wife or my husband. You cannot give what you don't have.
No.
So, everything starts with you.
Yeah. I think also thinking about the subject, especially because now we have gone through it, we are a bit more older and a bit experienced. We are I'm not saying we know everything, we're still learning. Self-love never stops.
Never.
It's a process.
But sometimes
we die.
Yes.
But what I'm trying...
always learn something. Sorry.
Yeah.
Always learn something on the way.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm trying to say, like, as a young person, I think it's important to just start about thinking, what does love mean to me? Because what it means to Francine is different what it means to me. Or like, what do I need to feel loved? Sometimes if you write those things down, half of the things are things you can give yourself. And see how you can give those things to yourself. And also I think what helps for the younger generation especially is to not compare yourself. You are unique. There's nobody like you. Sometimes also be happy for something else somebody else has.
Yes.
You don't have to have it per se. And even sometimes you have the same thing, it don't have the same effect on you. So don't compare.
Yes.
Just think about, what do I need? What are the basic things I need to feel loved and to be loved? Some people just need compliments, or some people need gratitude, or some people need a hug. Some people need like a hobby to do something for themselves. Some people need to read, or something. No, not some. Everybody or most people needs to journal, so to write about your thoughts and what you think, what you feel, because it helps us in the future, if you look back at it, to reflect and see like, do I still think the same? Do I still move the same? What has changed? Why has it changed? Basically, every time you're in the conversation with yourself and trying to understand why you think a certain way, why you do things a certain way. Is this connected to how I was brought up? Is this maybe a part of a trauma that has been for centuries in the family? How am I able to break it? It's like you buy, let's say, I don't know, a computer, a new model. You also like try to figure out how it works. How is it different than the other one? So basically, self-love is like trying to figure out what your manual is. Like, how does joy work?
It's also what we said in the beginning with your relationship with God. He is your maker. He made you. So you have to go to him to know.
He will help you to understand the manual.
Yes. So it's important. And also, knowing yourself is doing different kind of activities.
Yeah, try new things, be open-minded.
Be very open-minded, because if you are closed, your mind is closed, you will not be open to receive new information. I think if everybody had really loved themselves, the world will be so better. When you love yourself, you give to yourself love, you are kind to yourself, you are patient with yourself, you are nice with yourself.
All those things you do to others.
Yes, all the things you do to yourself, you want to do them to others. See, society or in general, family, they make it difficult for people to really step into their best self.
Yeah.
Maybe someone is trying to improve themselves, but some people and some family members, they can be like, wow, who does he think he is? Yes, maybe you start to learn about different stuff and you want to share it. When you are learning some new stuff, you want to share with people. And when they see that it's challenging you, you are becoming someone better, then we start to
push it.
like dim your light. I don't know how to express it, but they don't want you to improve. They want you to stay at their level.
Is that problem?
They want you to stay at
My
their
problem. Sorry, that has helped me a lot to not think too much of what people feel like, or, because I'm not hurting you. As long as I'm not hurting you, I feel like if that's how you respond, that's your problem.
Yes. How do you face that in your journey? Do you have some friends or family members that don't want you to improve in some aspects, or they didn't like your ways, your new ways of thinking?
Most of them I did have enough support, but that's because I kept it really personal in my journey. Maybe it's also good to talk more about it, but later I talk more about it. But I think also I went to speak also with a therapist to understand also why I act a certain way or why I respond a certain way. And then it started to show me what how do you call it, habits I took over from family members. So I think it's also important to understand your family dynamic, understand the role you have in your family.
Yeah,
because you can maybe be the one who organizes everything all the time. And at a certain point, what happens with family, they get used to it, that they don't really show gratitude, all this stuff. So this example is basically what happened also to me.
Yeah.
So what I decided to do, I was like, this is not good because it's taking more energy from me. So I'm going to do less, and I'm going to tell them if you're not able to ask me or I can't show me gratitude, I'm not going to do it. Your family won't hate you. They will maybe not like it.
Yeah.
But after that, they will also see oh, okay, Joy is like this. And they will try to also change with the boundaries you basically have set. But I can also imagine that, especially if you're a bit younger, you have family members, they'll be like, who are you? Me, I'm the boss. I'm older.
Yes, you have to do what I told you to do, what I said.
Yeah. But sometimes it also helps to talk to them without starting an argument, just to tell them this is how it makes me feel. But that's why if you have self-love, you understand yourself, so you can also express yourself better.
Yes.
You can say this is how it makes me feel. I understand that you feel some type of way about it, but for me it won't work like this. Sometimes they don't hear you. It's like you're talking to a hard-boiled egg. Then you know what? I just tell myself, this won't work. I would just let it for what it is now and try again next time. Or I would try to not per se prevent, but I would do it immediately on my way. And if they respond a certain way, most of the time they won't. Because if you do things your way and you tell them, yes, I did it because I wanted to, what else they can do than accept?
Yeah. And
it's not like you killed somebody.
And to me, it's important with self-love to be okay with not pleasing everybody.
Yeah, yes.
So important. For me, I was a huge people pleaser. I'm the big sister in the house. So usually your parents, when you grow up in African parents, they want you to be an example. For your little brothers, they will always try to put on you pressure. Yes, they want you to, as I said, to really set the tone for your little brothers, and that really creates something in me, in my case, because I always do stuff thinking about what my parents will think of me, and it's so bad because outside too, I developed that habit with people that have authority on me. I always think, oh, if I don't do this, this person will not like me. And it's not like that. But when you are used to it in your household, when you don't pay attention, you tend to reproduce the same thing outside. You have to work really hard to change that. Not even change, to give up this people pleasing thing, because it's not good, because you always feel disappointed after, because you want to, let's say somebody asks you to do something and you don't really want to do it, but you say, oh, I will do it, but inside you don't, and you do it, and after you don't feel good because you didn't want to do it first of all, and when I
Sorry, one first I want to add, learning how to say no.
Yes,
It's so important. Sorry, this part is I'm very passionate about learning how to say no.
No, really, this is a really big thing. Learning how to say no. And me, I even bought a book on how to say no.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's this book. I think we can share this.
Yeah, that's
After.
good one.
How to Say No by William Perry. And it's really important. That first of all, when I read this book, I was so ashamed. I was so ashamed because I didn't want anybody to see me with that book.
Yeah, I understand.
Because
It's
I
like,
just think, how
they
can
want
you
to think,
say
no.
So yeah, it's part of the journey. You have to accept your flaws. You have to accept that you don't know how to say no, and that you have a problem. And I had a problem back then. So now it's I have improved. When I don't like something, I will tell you. Because when I didn't know how to say no, I will always say no aggressively, because I was not used to express my feelings. And when you are not used to it, you tend to be aggressive. You tend to pile up your emotions, and when it becomes huge, you explode. You explode, and it's not good. And that's why I started to make a conscious effort to notice when I don't like something, when someone is doing something that I don't like. I automatically ask myself, do I like what he's doing now? And if I let him or her continue to do that, what is the consequence of that? I will feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad. So I will immediately tell you, I don't like what you're doing. Please stop, or change your ways of doing something. Just really communicate politely, clearly, and you will feel good about yourself. That's the positive thing about it. It's really challenging at first because you are not used to it, but after you will get used to it, and you'll see your life change for the better. Seriously.
Yeah, but it feels scary to say no, or because you go and think about what the person think, maybe this and that, and most of the time, like when I thought to say no, and I thought they hate me, they don't want to see me ever again. It's finished. And then later I see them like, hi Joy, are you coming with us to do this or that? I'm like, oh, okay, it's not like the end of the world. So, but
Yes, it's not
I have
the end
this
of the
feeling
world.
inside, and that's how you create also, you can create anxiety for
Yes.
yourself to really like stress your mind with something
Yes.
that you don't need to stress yourself with.
Yes, we
Then
think
call
about
the
it too
friends,
much.
don't make your problem my problem. Helps me so much to let
Mhm.
go, to say something, and that's it. The way they respond is the way they respond.
That's your
And
problem.
no, if a no breaks a relationship you have with somebody, then maybe you should ask yourself if the relationship in the first place existed.
Yes, and also saying no without telling why you don't want to do something.
Just say no.
Yeah, just say no.
Sometimes also like stand in the mirror and say no, no.
Yes, yes. You have to practice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to do it when you are by yourself, but with people, it gets really challenging.
Yeah.
But when you start to say it 1 time, 2 times, it becomes natural.
Yeah. And also ask yourself like, okay, if I say no now, what will happen? Like, honestly, what is going to happen? Maybe they won't like it, but after that, what's going to happen? It's not like they will call army on you or like a bomb will fall on you. Nothing will happen.
Are you going to die?
No.
You're not going to die. Yes.
No.
Fine. So you have, as I said, you have to be comfortable with people not liking you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that can block some people.
Yeah.
They don't want people not liking them. They always want to be seen as this
Like
nice person. You can be nice without always pleasing people, you know?
Yeah. Because if you please people, you're sacrificing too much. Eh?
Yes.
Your time, your energy is too much.
Yes.
That time you should invest in yourself. And also, if other people don't like you, it's their problem. If you like yourself, you're not afraid or worried that other people don't like you.
Yeah.
You even tell yourself like they're missing out. You're saving me from not wasting my time.
No. This is perfect.
And I think also self-love makes you go out of your comfort zone and to explore new things. I think one of my biggest moments where I realized that my self-love is really big or has developed a lot was when I chose to do my solo trip to Senegal and like not wait on other people for them to, come. Sometimes you miss opportunities because you're busy waiting on other people. But if you choose...
That's so important. I'll come back to that point later.
So for me, because my self-love has grown and my confidence in myself has grown, and the trust in myself has grown, I felt very comfortable making the solo trip. I've met amazing people like you guys also. And it has opened more opportunities. And basically, it was a solo trip, but I never felt alone. I was never alone. I never felt lonely. So, yeah, I think it's good to also, like we said before, to be open-minded and try new things. But I think the more you understand yourself, the more you know what your interests are, the more you just do them and not wait on somebody or time or a sign.
You take more
just
risk.
do them.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, you wanted to jump into something like that?
It's so important to do things by yourself. That some people, they are really afraid to go out alone. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to do anything by themselves. They always want to be with somebody. And as I said, you can't know who you are when you are with people all the time.
You're never alone because you know who's with you all the time? God is always with you, so you're not alone. That's why I also I'm too passionate about this part. That's why I did the solo trip, because I felt the presence of God was with me, protecting me wherever I went. So I knew I was good. Sorry.
No, it's important, because you doing things by yourself, you will gain more confidence yourself. For me, I was back then I was really scared to talk in front of people, and now I'm very comfortable talking.
You are an influencer, girl. You have a whole YouTube People don't forget
And
to
also, yeah,
check her out also.
yes, talking to the camera also helped me. But back then, I remember when I was in high school or at university, I was really struggling because I was always thinking about what the teachers or what my schoolmates are thinking about me when I was presenting something. But it's not like that. You don't. If you you are always thinking about what people are thinking about you, you will not be focused on the message you are trying to send to people. And that's really key to accepting yourself, to embrace yourself, to be comfortable in yourself. The fact that you can go do stuff alone, you get more opportunities. You get more opportunities to do things that people are afraid to do, and it's life changing for me. Yeah. I love going out alone. Where I'm introvert, and it's easy for me. I think some people were extroverted people. They have a really hard time to do stuff, because they love to be around people. For me, it was easy. As I am an introvert, I love to do stuff alone. I love to be alone. I don't find it boring. I enjoy it. It's how I recharge my batteries. I enjoy it. I love to go out alone. I love to go to the movies alone, shopping alone. I don't know. It's like I'm with someone. I'm with myself. I enjoy having conversation with my hand, thinking about anything. Yes, and you learn really to discover yourself. You discover yourself. You rediscover yourself. When you are always with somebody talking, you can't hear.
Basically, be your own best friend.
Yes. Talk about the spiritual aspect, the mental aspect. Also, I think the physical part is really important. Taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, so important. People, when they see first is the physical, they don't know what you have in mind, And then, to me, loving myself also is taking care of my body, taking care of my hair.
Yeah, but like you said, the way you feel inside will automatically be the way you represent yourself from the outside. I think.
Yes.
But yeah, because of time, we have to summarize. Maybe, like, I don't know if there's something you want to finish with, or something.
I think with self-love, what I found really interesting is when you learn to develop self-love, you attract also people, really good people. You attract good people, you attract good opportunities. And to me, it's the really interesting part of that journey, because you always want the best for people. So only the best will come to you.
And self-love, most importantly, it gave me more peace of mind. I was not thinking too much. Also, like at night before I go to sleep, my mind was quiet. Even now, if I get into a situation that sometimes can be stressful, I'm very like expressive, and like my emotions can explode. But now I explode and then I go back real quick, and then I just let it go. So I think self-love has helped me to live more in the presence and to let things go quicker and not hold on to them. And within the relationships with my friends, I think also to set boundaries, but also I think it made the relationships I already have with people to be more intimate, because I'm not afraid to talk about my feelings and to share how I feel, and share also things I've been through in the past. I'm not scared anymore. And I think it's something very beautiful to be open, to speak about how you feel and the things you go through, because it helps you to release also, but it also gives somebody else the special feeling that you feel safe enough and you trust them to share this information.
It frees you. It definitely gives you freedom to be more yourself. And
Wow.
if you're not yourself in life will be difficult. How can you
Yeah.
do life like that?
Know
To me,
your
it's-
identity.
Yeah, to me, it's really something important
Yeah.
because without it, you are not really. You can't function.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe share 3 things we feel like
Yes.
to round things
Go
up.
ahead. I'll let you go.
One thing we both agree is God. God,
Yes.
number one. Build a relationship with God.
Mhm.
Know who you are in God. God is important. Pray.
Yes.
Speak to God. God.
Yeah.
And second is to set boundaries and to be able to say no.
No.
Teach people how they should treat you.
Mhm.
That's how you also get more peace, because
Yes.
people won't do things that to trigger you or to annoy you.
Mhm.
So I think it will help. And I think also think about your past relationships and what pieces or parts you can take with you and what pieces you have to leave behind.
Yeah.
So you don't make it too heavy for yourself in the journey of life, I think.
I will add to that taking risk, because when you develop self-love, you, as we say, you get confident on doing things by yourself. You get really confident in being by yourself, basically, not caring about the opinion of others, and that is a good thing to have in life. Also, you're taking care of yourself, your body, taking care of basically the whole thing, your body, your mind, your soul. To me, it's the 3 things that you have to take care of when you are talking about self-love.
Yeah. Maybe share your book, or Drake can add it.
Yeah,
also
yeah,
in
yeah.
the-
I also
good
have
one.
this little book for beginners. It's 5-minute journal of self-love.
People, it takes work. It takes work.
Yes,
And
you
to
have
be
to be
uncomfortable.
Yes.
But it will be worth it.
You cannot grow in your comfort zone.
No.
Yes, you cannot.
It's very limited.
Mhm.
People like to say the sky is the limit. I say
Yeah.
the sky is not the limit, because beyond the sky there is even more. So it
So I
really
think we can close
is.
here. Self-love is a very large subject, and I
Yeah.
think we can talk about it for hours and
Yeah.
hours. But for today, we had
This was it.
Yes, this is what we have for today. Maybe in another episode one day, maybe we can discuss about even deeper subjects,
Yeah.
also related to self-love.
Thank you, guys. And what do you say? What is your last word for my listener?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity for us to speak about the subject. My last word for the audience is to talk about the subject with people around you. Start the conversation, start or continue the conversation. Be more familiar with the subject of self-love. The more you speak about it, the more you automatically, I think, implement it in your life.
Thank you, Dre, for having us. Joy, it was a pleasure to discuss this subject with you. I hope the listeners took something out of it, and that all the information we shared will help them on their own journey. Merci à tous d'avoir écouté. Pour les francophones, je sais qu'on va mettre les sous-titres, donc ce ne sera pas un problème. Merci à tous et à bientôt.
Merci beaucoup, les amis. Merci, les filles, pour votre partage, votre sincérité, l'authenticité aussi, parce que voilà, pour nos auditeurs aussi, j'espère que vous avez appris beaucoup de choses. Je pense que c'est un sujet vraiment très vaste, et si on veut rester dessus, bon, on peut parler toute une journée, même des mois sur le sujet de self-love, parce que pour moi, c'est vraiment quelque chose de très important. De montrer l'amour pour soi, c'est vraiment un pilier essentiel pour mener une vie, disons, épanouissante avant de rentrer dans une relation. Et j'espère vraiment que cette discussion vous a inspiré et vous a donné envie de se retourner vers cet amour-là qui réside au fond de vous, c'est-à-dire pour ne pas chercher l'amour d'autrui, chercher l'appréciation plutôt d'autrui, plutôt embrasser un peu ses imperfections. Vous avez parlé de beaucoup de choses. Donc, moi, j'ai envie de dire, quel que soit le chemin que vous empruntez aujourd'hui, sachez-le que l'amour de soi, c'est un voyage intérieur qui mérite d'être exploré avec tendresse et compassion. Et je vous dis, voilà, prenez soin de vous, faites des soins, prenez soin du corps, mais de l'esprit, de l'âme aussi également, c'est très important. Parce que ceci va éclairer votre chemin vers cette vie vraiment épanouissante. Donc, on se donne rendez-vous dans un prochain épisode pour parler d'un autre sujet. Et à bientôt sur Tattauna, là où la parole se libère, se transforme.